Hello, everyone. We're Team 32, and we're going to be talking about Kendra Scott and their employee wellness program today. I'm Blake Zimmerman, and I'll be going over some company background.
My name is Marissa Partita, and I'll be going over what is an employee wellness program.
My name is Zoe Messick, and I'll be going over Kendra's wellness and benefit programs and the benefits and limitations.
My name's Ania Davis, and I'll be going over the results and outcomes.
My name is Jeffrey Pruser, and I'll be going over Kendra Scott's employee experience.
My name is Gianna Henderson, and I'll be going over challenges and recommendations and future outlook.
Kendra Scott was founded in 2002 by designer and entrepreneur Kendra Scott in Austin, Texas. She started the company with just $500 and one simple goal: to create beautiful, high quality, and accessible jewelry. Since then, Kendra Scott has grown into a national brand focused on the values that drove her company from the start: family, fashion, and philanthropy. First, family. The company is known for its family friendly, supportive culture. With a workforce made up largely of women, Kendra Scott prioritizes flexible schedules, work life balance, and a sense of community. Second, fashion. Kendra Scott's goal was to make luxury feel personal by making jewelry that looks high end but is still meant to be worn every day. And finally, philanthropy. The company has donated millions of dollars to women's and children's causes. Kendra Scott has consistently been recognized as one of the best places to work by publications like Forbes, in part because these principles aren't just slogans. They're reflected throughout the company, including their employee wellness program. But what is an employee wellness program? Marissa?
Thank you, Blake. So, an employee wellness program is an organized set of activities designed to support employees' physical, mental, and emotional health, both inside and outside of work. These programs can include things like health screenings, gym memberships, counseling services, nutrition plans, and flexible work options. The main goal of wellness programs is to improve overall employee well-being, reduce stress and burnout, and ultimately increase job satisfaction and productivity. Research shows that companies that invest in employee wellness often see lower absenteeism, higher engagement, and better team morale. From an organizational behavior perspective, wellness programs demonstrate a commitment to employee-centered culture, where workers feel valued and supported beyond their job performance. This sense of support and appreciation fosters trust, loyalty, and stronger emotional connections between employees and their workplace. Essentially, they bridge the gap between personal well-being and organizational success. Next, I'll pass it over to Zoe, who's going to discuss Kendra Scott's employee wellness program.
Kendra Scott's wellness strategy is built into the daily experiences of its employees. The on-site gym, kids' game room, and juice bar in their headquarters demonstrate their commitment to physical and mental health within the workplace. These amenities reduce barriers to fitness and help employees maintain energy and focus. Their flexible work structure, including remote options and summer Fridays, allows people to recharge and manage their schedules proactively. Data shows that flexibility correlates with lower burnout and higher retention, and Kendra Scott applies that insight directly. The Take the Time initiative, making the day after Mother's Day as paid company holiday, symbolizes their emphasis on recovery and self-care, not just productivity. Their family-focused benefits, like parental leave and fertility or adoption assistance, support employees through major life stages, reinforcing a sense of belonging and stability. Altogether, these initiatives show a data-informed approach to wellness, balancing physical, emotional, and family well-being to create a sustainable, engaged workforce.
We focused on two outcomes that matter for a wellness program: people choosing to stay with the company and engagement with the program. To measure all of this, Kendra Scott worked with United Way Austin's Health Links for a survey. The survey provided a formal score highlighted where the policies are strong and identified specific opportunities, giving a credible baseline on where the program is. The survey found that employees do feel supported, especially working parents and caregivers. Kendra Scott sees a 99% return rate for employees after they have a baby. This shows the wellness approach isn't just a policy on paper, it actually helps people come back and stay. And the quotes on the right come directly from the survey, shows how much employees appreciate the program. Other research shows that 78% would recommend to a friend, suggesting the wellness approach is positively impacting engagement and day-to-day experience. These results show the program isn't just caring, it's effective, it helps people feel supported, and helps the business with retention and engagement. Now, Jeffrey will take us into the employee experiences.
So as it goes for how employees actually experience Kendra Scott's wellness program in their day-to-day work, many reviews mention that managers are extremely understanding and flexible when it comes to scheduling, especially for family or school commitments. That kind of support shows how the company really puts its value of family first into practice rather than just talking about it. Employees consistently say that they feel trusted to balance their personal and professional lives, and that kind of trust builds stronger engagement and loyalty. Employees also talk about how time off for personal needs is encouraged and how new parents feel supported when returning to work after leave. That connects directly to the company's 99% return rate after having a baby, which Ania just mentioned. It's also a strong indicator that the company's wellness policies are working, as they are helping people feel confident about taking care of their families without worrying about job security. On top of that, Kendra Scott's wellness perks, team events, and discounts help to create a fun, energizing environment where people genuinely enjoy coming to work. The sense of community that comes from these programs really ties back to their core values of family, fashion, and philanthropy. You can see how that sense of belonging and appreciation translates into employee motivation and pride. As these quotes, which are shown on my slide that have been directly pulled from Glassdoor, show, employees feel that leadership truly cares about their well-being and sees them as whole people, not just workers. And that's really the goal of a wellness program, to create a culture where people are both supported personally and professionally. Overall, Kendra Scott's wellness approach clearly has a positive impact on morale, motivation, and retention. Now I'll be handing it over to Gianna, who will be talking about some challenges and recommendations of the program.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Even though Kendra Scott has built an impressive wellness culture, there are still some challenges that the company faces. First, cost and consistency. Maintaining gyms, flexible schedules, and wellness perks across both headquarters and retail locations can be expensive and difficult to manage. Another issue is access. Corporate employees enjoy most of the perks, but store workers across the country might not receive the same benefits, which could create a gap in morale. It is also tricky to measure success. While we see high return to work rates and awards for workplace culture, there's not always clear data showing exactly how wellness programs improve performance or retention. Finally, some employees simply don't participate, often because time constraints or lack of awareness. To address these, our team has decided to expand mental health resources and communication, offering small wellness stipends for retail employees to promote fairness and conducting yearly surveys to measure engagement and stress levels. Creating internal wellness ambassadors as well could also help spread awareness and keep feedback flowing so the program stays effective. Now I'll be passing it on to Zoe, who'll be talking about some of the benefits.
Kendra Scott's family-friendly policies and wellness initiatives lead to better retention, showing a sign of loyalty. These programs also create a happier, more engaged workforce. Flexible scheduling and self-care initiatives like the Take the Time holiday help prevent burnout and build trust between leadership and staff. On a brand level, this approach strengthens reputation, portraying Kendra Scott as a supportive, woman-centered employer. These programs contribute to lower absenteeism and improve productivity. Employees who feel valued are more consistent and motivated in their work. But of course, there are limitations. Implementing and maintaining these wellness perks is expensive, and the return on investment can be difficult to quantify in strict data terms. In addition, if the company culture doesn't actively promote participation, these benefits may go underused. Overall, the takeaway here is balance. Kendra Scott's wellness programs are strong strategic tools for engagement and brand differentiation, but their impact depends on inclusive access, consistent communication, and ongoing adaptation as the company grows.
While there have been challenges and some limitations, we have decided to come up with a plan on how to allow Kendra Scott to continue its success even further. Looking ahead, Kendra Scott has the opportunity to expand its wellness culture to a more substantial level. One key goal could be extending these wellness benefits to all employees, not just those at headquarters, so retail and distribution centers staff feel equally supported. The next step is a more holistic approach that goes beyond physical health to include mental, emotional, and even financial wellness resources. Technology can also play a role. Apps or digital wellness tracking can help hybrid and remote staff participate more easily. Finally, community partnerships, such as with local gyms or nonprofit organizations, can strengthen both employee well-being and brand reputation. Continuous feedback from employees will help Kendra Scott refine and sustain these programs over time. Here are some of our resources. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your time.